Are you a nepo baby? Question mark. I don't know how to start this. Hey, my name is Mia Marsicano, and I asked people to ask me questions on YouTube and on Instagram, and I'm gonna answer them right now. So, yeah, okay, hey. And thank you to the people that ask me questions. It's so cool that you even care. I don't know, yeah, thanks. I hate the sticky freaking God. Starting off strong here, is there something that you used to do that you loved, but you have now stopped doing? Bodybuilding was a huge part of my life for like 3 years, and I thought it was going to become my entire life. I loved the community behind it. I loved the whole mindset behind it. I loved the fact that the whole motto kind of behind it was that if you don't like something about yourself, you put in consistent effort and dedication and you change it. And it helped me have that mindset with everything in my life, and I think it grew my brain and mentality and consciousness in ways that I could have never done without that. I mean, I was really, it was like 2.5+ hours every single day, to the point where I was so focused on progressive overload and like 2+ hours of cardio and getting enough protein in and getting adequate sleep and taking creatine and BCAAs and blah, 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 blah. And I got too big, basically. And I took a look in this mirror one day. It was like January 17, 2022, something like that. And I was at a Mexican restaurant and I was wearing a feminine shirt and jeans, and I was like, oh my God, I don't even look like a woman. Like, I looked so, like, my body was just always, like, my arms were super matte. And I'm not saying that that's a bad look. I hate giving disclaimers because, yeah, you know, like, it just, I looked at myself and I didn't like it. So I stopped and I slowly just got into cardio and doing abs, and I missed the enjoyment and the endorphins that I would get. I think that was like, I was super, super happy from that, from the endorphins from that, but it'll always be there. I can always get back into it, and I have, fitness is whatever you want it to be. It's a lifestyle, you know? So yeah, that's something that I really enjoyed doing, and it didn't end. It's just in a different way now, you know? Yeah. What has changed the most about you over the years? Someone asked. Wow, these are good questions to start. Holy crap. I used to be the most insecure, shy person that was so scared to take up space and so scared to be myself and so scared to be a human. Like, I wouldn't even express gratitude. I wouldn't even be able to say, like, thank you so much. Like, I was so scared to know myself and to know other people, but not, looking back, I didn't know that about myself, but I just knew that I was so scared to take up space and everything was cringy to me. God forbid someone took a picture of me. Like, I would go like this to every single, if you grew up with me, you know that, and you know how crazy it is that I can even do this right now, because I hated myself, hated. And that's why I preach so much about growing and growing into yourself and doing what makes you happy and going out of your comfort zone, because if I can do it, then anyone can do it. And that's just what I always stand behind. Like, if I can do it, it is so possible, because I could get into that in a whole other video, but yeah, my self-confidence and my self-identity has changed the most over the past years. I've learned to be a human and exist. And how tall are you? I am 5'10.5" or 5'10", basically like 5'11". I'm like 5'10.7", I think now, or 8. I like being tall. I don't know, I hated it until I didn't, so. What is your favorite part of your morning routine / things you can't live without? What is my favorite part of my morning routine? I make a really, 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 really good coffee, and I put raw milk in it and honey and vanilla extract and cinnamon. And then when it's like, I have like this like Nespresso frother thing, and then when it's like whipping up, I shake a bunch of gelatin into it, and it makes it the creamiest coffee ever. I look forward to it every single morning. What's at the top of your travel list? Someone asked. The act of going to Southeast Asia sounds great, but the act of getting there is a lot. But I definitely want to see more of Europe. I want to go to Croatia. My dad is a pilot and my mom is a flight attendant, so my dad right now is in Nice, Italy. I think that place seems really cool. What gives you the ick? Someone said. I don't really think I get the ick. I think there's a certain point, I guess, when like, I guess we'll talk about things I don't like about people's character, I guess, and that's when I can see that they make the same mistake over and over again, or make the same wrong thing and they don't change it. Because your ability to change and pivot is, my stepdad said this is not my words, but I'm taking it. My stepdad Dweezil said, your ability, or the measure of your intelligence is based on how fast you can pivot and make decisions based on your circumstances and based on your given situation. And I think that's so true. And I think seeing people stuck in the same exact thing and staying in that same box instead of growing, I don't like. only because I don't like it in myself. I don't look at them, and I don't look at them in a way that's like, ugh, seriously, you're still doing this. I just think of it like, I don't like that in myself, / I don't want to accept that in myself, so I don't like seeing it, you know? Someone said, how do you stay so lean? I don't think I'm so lean, so I don't know how to answer that. I don't think I'm that lean. There was a point where I was 160 pounds and I got an in-body test and I was like 19% body fat. That was cool, but it didn't look like it because I was so inflamed all the time from all the crap sugars and the crap protein cookies and crap I was eating. Like I always looked, and from consistently bodybuilding every single day and going super hard every single day, I always looked puffy. Like I always looked like I didn't look lean. I don't know. So I don't think I'm that lean. Not in a way that is a bad way. I don't think I'm that lean. Yeah, I don't know. Someone asked such a good question. They said San Diego or Austin. I have no idea. I love that, like top two, LA down here and San Diego and Austin are my favorite places in the country, I think, that I would consider living in. So I have no idea. San Diego is so beautiful and Austin is amazing. So I don't even know how I would choose that, just I guess based on context. I don't know. How do you let go of the wanting to shrink yourself into a smaller body? Love you. I love you too. I think there's a small part that never goes away with wanting to do that. At least for me. I hope that's not the case. But I think you level out the misery of trying to constantly shrink yourself and not fuel yourself properly so that you are smaller. The misery of that is worse than being happy and not the size you would want to be, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, I think accepting who you are no matter what is how you're gonna be happiest. And you can always wish you're in another body and wish you're a different size than you're not, but you can just take consistent action to try and become that in the most healthy way, and that's all you can do. And I think any type of mental stress about it is just so unnecessary and so not worth it because we have one life to live. And I dealt with food issues for the past like 6-7 years, and if not my whole life. And I don't know, I don't want to suffer with that anymore. So I chose to stop. And it's a lot deeper than that. I could talk about that for a whole other video as well. But I just think, don't focus on it. Don't focus on the fact that you could always be smaller. Okay, you can always be richer too. You know, like you're not gonna focus on the money that you're not making all the time. Why would you ever, that's miserable. And tell yourself, this is a lack mindset. This is a scarcity mindset I have, that I am not good enough the way I am and that I should change, you know? And focus on the self-love. That's my best small disclaimer of that, yeah. Where do you get the shorts you were always wearing? I get them from Navigation, and it's spelled NVGTN. There's the only biker shorts I wear. I just love the material. They're so cute. I've worn them for years. Morning or night routines? If you're asking which I like more, I love a morning routine. I'm a morning person. I love mornings. I love how it looks in the morning. I love that not everyone's awake yet. I love that it's a new day. It's a fresh start. Someone said, what is your goal as a creator? Currently, or overall, the why behind why I do it, which I guess I'll answer, is I love the feeling of spreading wisdom and spreading and the fact that someone will get up and do something because of me, you know, if that makes sense. Not because of me, not in an ego way, but I love sharing inspirational words and motivational things and helping people, and I love telling people things that help them grow and that give you a sense of relief or comfort and inspiration. I want to show people that the path that they want to take is achievable and that you don't have to be stuck in a situation that you want to be stuck in. And if I can do that through food, I love any version of healing and holistic and art and expression, any of that, you know. I love acting. I love, for lack of better words, preaching the stuff that I want to preach about, but I hate that word. Yeah, I don't know. Someone asked about my stepdad and said, is Dweezil as kind as he looks like? And for those of you who know who my stepdad is, he is the kindest person. He is the kindest father figure. He is so insanely kind. He'll be running off of no sleep, have no caffeine. He doesn't take any drugs or supplements. I mean, not supplements. He doesn't take any drugs or stimulants. And he will live off of 2 hours of sleep. Horrible things will happen. And he will never raise his voice. He will never give attitude. He will never be reactive. He will never want to make you feel bad because he is so powerfully strong in himself and able to control his emotions in his brain, and he cares about people truly, and I love him a lot. He's really cool. He's exactly as kind as he looks. He is. Yeah. Your worst date experience, someone asked me. I met this person on a plane sitting next to me, and we went on a date impulsively, not impulsively, but like so abruptly and spontaneously, like 2 days later, because they were vacationing where I was landing. And they proceeded to do very hard drugs in front of me. And they were a lot older than me. And I was like, oh, I don't like this, and I left the scene. Yeah, they were very kind though. Yeah, I don't know how to answer this because I've never ever looked at myself ever as a nepo baby. I'm not. I grew up in the middle of nowhere in South Jersey in a town of 2,000 people. I went to a regular high school. My father is a pilot. My mom was a flight attendant my whole life. People think I'm a nepo baby because my stepdad is a very, very talented, successful musician. But I thought the definition of nepo baby meant like you get granted certain talents and things based on your parent having success. I don't do music, and I don't have a record label, and I don't play guitar, and I don't... My camera died. Yeah, I personally don't think that I'm a nepo baby. If people want to think that, I don't really care because I know what I am. But yeah, I don't think I'm a nepo baby, so... My phone died and I changed my shirt because it was uncomfortable. Favorite artists, like singers slash rappers. Off the top of my head, Kid Cudi, Billie Eilish, 070 Shake, Miley Cyrus, Tame Impala, Rufus Du Sol. That's all I can think of on the top of my head, so that's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, and there's obviously a million more, but geez, these did you just start posting more to gain a following, or how did it work for you? I had a following on TikTok, and by following I mean like 5,000 followers on TikTok. For like 2 years I was growing that, and I was just making cute little fitness TikToks, and then one day this workout brand sent me a shirt to do like a affiliate thing with, and they were just paying me like a couple $100s to post in their workout set. So I did it, and I did this thing. I accidentally clicked sign up for TikTok shop, and long story short, it absolutely tanked my algorithm. Like I was getting like 60 views on stuff and nothing would hit anything, and I was like, this sucks, what do I do? And then my friend Ian Fonzian, one of my best friends, I love him so much, he was like, I was visiting him in Austin, Texas, and he was like, post a reel, and I was like, that's terrifying. And he literally took on my phone, took my best performing TikTok at the time, and he posted it to my reels, and I was shaking with anxiety. Like I vividly remember sitting on his orange couch being like, and there's my, and then there's my cousin liking it, and there's this person from home liking it, and there was this person like, you know, I was like so cringed out, but it was literally just like a shift of reality. And it didn't do well or anything. It got like 300 views or 400 views or like 3,000 or something, and then I started posting more, and I just built that the exposure therapy basically worked, and I just was like, I want to post what I want to post. And it was, to make a long story short, yeah, that's how I started posting. I didn't always have a following. I had like 2,000 followers on Instagram, 1,000 or 2,000, something like that. Yeah, and then it just kept growing, and here I am, and I don't know what I'm doing in. I'm just talking to a black box right now, but and I'm getting questions, which is just hard to process, so I don't process it. Someone said, what are you scared of? In a superficial way, I don't like seeing animals get hurt. I'm genuinely scared of that. Like, I could borderline get in like 3 car crashes and my adrenaline won't really rise, but if I see anything that might be kind of like disturbing to me like that, I freak out. And I was scared of fishing for the long time because of that reason. This girl who comments on a lot of my stuff, and I love seeing her name, she said, how do you deal with anxiety about not having a traditional plan? How do I say this lightly? I think being in the matrix of having a boss and a 9-to-5 personally is more scary to me than the scaredness of not having a traditional plan, to make it short. So do what you can while you can in the present moment. That's my thing of how I deal with it. I do what I can. I just stick to what I want to do, and I try to not let the self-doubt thoughts creep in. They don't serve me, and hope that everything works out. And last but not least for right now, someone said, how do you adjust when life moves so fast? I don't know. I don't know if I ever really process anything. I don't know if I just live so in the present moment that I don't really think about the past. And when I'm thinking about the past too much, I know that something is off. I don't know if I process anything. I don't know if I adjust when, it says how do you adjust when life moves so fast. I just stay in the present moment. I don't really think about the past. Yeah, I don't know. I just go with it. I just take the current situation at hand and I'm like, okay, what can I do? I don't want to continue any unhealthy patterns. What can I do in this moment? And I do it, and I just hope for the best. I don't know if I really process anything. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to figure that out of like what disassociating and what it means to process things, because I don't know how I adjust when life moves so fast. I just do. I don't know. I don't think of it as life moving fast. I just think of it as lifing, I guess. And then on YouTube, I'm on my YouTube comments now. 2 people said, how tall are you? How tall are you? 5'9.5/5'11", like I said. Someone said, what will you do after touring? Will you be getting married? No. Last but not least, someone said, do you ever feel like you had a wake-up call in life that made you stronger/wiser? And not on the top of my head. I mean, in 2023 was when I read Matthew McConaughey's book, where he talked about how he had such a traditional path, and he then switched his major to film and he dropped out of college, and he talks about the relationship with his dad throughout all of it, and his family and his mindset, and it really just opened my eyes to the fact that like I was like, what am I doing as a communication major who hates my major and doesn't want to be here? And I think that was a huge wake-up call. That was like reading that book was like such a, oh my god, what am I doing? And I went from there to make my life better. That and a lot of other things. That 2023 was the wake-up call for me, and 2024 has been nothing but success. So something, you know, I hit that rock bottom to then go back up. So I think I needed 2023 to do that. But that was it for these questions. Thank you so much for asking them, and I'm so grateful that you even are asking them and care. And yeah, I'm just really grateful, and thank you for 20K, and I appreciate you so much, and I love posting and I love talking, and please let me know what else you would want from me. I'm trying to like do a little vlog thing, and this is so awkward. I don't know how to end the video. Thank you. I love you. Mwah. Bye.